Hey everybody, welcome to TOW Podcast. I'm Eric and this is 2019 week 16 new comic book day. April 17th, 2019. I'm going to talk real quick about the comics that I picked up this week. It is a relatively light week compared to the last few. I still got like 12, 13 books here, but I have not had a chance to read any of these yet, and I actually feel like almost all of these, no, that's a lie. A couple of these I can jump in and start reading right now. But a bunch of these I am not caught up on to be able to read right away anyway. I am so far behind on Doom Patrol. The episode that comes out tomorrow, I'm recording this on Thursday. The episode that comes out tomorrow, I will now be 3 episodes behind. So over the weekend, hopefully, my plan is to watch all 3 of those episodes plus this week's Survivor while I am at work overnight, either tonight or Saturday night. So I should be able to get caught up on those and have those episodes posted real soon. If you've been anticipating those greatly or anything like that. But I am all caught up on WWE now, and I'm not gonna do episodes about the Worlds Collide stuff. Except I might do the Battle Royal when that one airs in 2 weeks, I think. Because this week was NXT versus Alumni, I think, something like that. Or it was Cruiserweights Collide. Maybe that was it. And then next week is the Women Collide, and then the final one is the Battle Royals. I think. I haven't watched any of the Worlds Collide as they aired yet. I saw a bunch of it in person. Anyway, all right, let's see. This week's comics. The first one I picked up, Star Wars Adventures number 20. I got an awesome cover with Yoda and Anakin on the cover. I think I'm like 3, 4, 5 issues behind on that one. Middle West. I'm very far behind on this. Jorge Corona, artist of this book. Is he the artist or is he the author? I think he's the artist. Anyway, he was at Dink last weekend. Oh yeah, I was in this episode. I was going to talk about Dink. I went to Dink on Saturday. No, I didn't go on Saturday. I went on Sunday. Saturday was too cold, so I decided not to go, even though I had a weekend pass. I just went on Sunday. Ben joined me for part of it, and we walked around a little bit, checked out a lot of the artists again, and then the main event was the dog cosplay contest. But unfortunately, there were only 4 dogs in the contest, and they all won prizes. So that was nice for them. 50%. So I told Maggie about this dog cosplay contest, and then she said something along the lines of, how many corgis do you think there's going to be? And I said there's going to be all of every kind of dog, because Colorado loves dogs. But as it turned out, 50% of the entrants were corgis. So Maggie was right on that one. But yeah, they were all very cute. There's a pair of dogs. They just had a harness with the X-Men uniform on them. I don't think that really counted as a costume, honestly. We had one of the dogs, one of the corgis was dressed as Robin, and the other corgi was dressed as Spider-Man, and that they were both really cute. One is a puppy. Spider-Man corgi was a puppy. So that was really fun. There's some good food. There are food trucks there. It takes place, I think consistently has been the second weekend or the weekend after WrestleMania of April every year, which works out well. If it was the same weekend as WrestleMania, then I would miss it. So I'm glad that I didn't miss it this year. And hopefully it's also the second weekend of April next year, so I won't miss it next year either. And next year, hopefully I could get into the show if things go well with the Demon Jackal. Go to demonjackal.com. I just posted one new print. It's of an elephant painting that I'm very proud of, but I gave it away, the original, to my tattoo artist, Ken the Girl, Elysian Ink Studios in Parker, Colorado. Look it up, whatever. I don't know if she's taking new clients right now or anything, but um, I gave her that original painting. Um, so before I did that, I scanned it. I got the digital version made, and now it is in the ether of the digital ether of the e-marketplaces. Um, I'll hopefully put some more new prints up there. I haven't added a lot on the online store. I've more or less been figuring out the watercolor painting thing, and it is so fun. And actually, I've been having a lot of fun just prepping all of the Masonite boards for it. Like that's all I've been doing this week, and that's been pretty satisfying just by itself. But the way I prep them, yeah, I'm getting way off track here. Oh, Middle West, issue number 6. I picked that up. That's why I was talking about Dink. And I'm very far behind on reading that book. But Masonite boards, I get them at Gyrie's. I think you can get them like at Blick or whatever your local art supply chain has. They don't sell these types of boards at something like a hardware store, or at least not like the big ones like Lowe's and Home Depot, unfortunately. But they do have like craft boards. They're like what's the type of wood? You get like this really nice hardwood. It's more expensive than these art boards because these art boards are like kind of they're like a what's the word? They're like fiberboard, kind of with like a finish on them. Whereas you can get actual like wood, nice hard wood, but it's a bit more expensive. I feel like it's maybe twice to 3 times as expensive, because they're also a lot thicker. You get like a ½ inch, maybe ½ inch thick, as opposed to like the 1/8 inch thick that these Masonite boards are. But anyway, these Masonite boards, they're awesome because once you have prepped the surface of them, they're not going to warp from your painting, from your watercolor painting or your acrylic painting and all of that. As long as you prep them correctly, as far as from what I can tell, because when you I prepare the surface with the watercolor ground, completely covering one side, but then also I saw this tip somewhere on a YouTube video or something. They recommend just drawing an X in paint or in like gesso or whatever. So I use like my regular gesso, acrylic gesso. It's not absorbent ground because I'm not going to use it for any other stuff anyway. I have a lot of it. So I use that for the X on the back. And then on the front, I coat as evenly as I can with the watercolor ground. And like, I don't know, like just that alone is like such a nice, like meditative kind of thing. And I'm trying to figure out like, okay, what's the best way? Cause I did have like, I laid out some like newsprint across the table, but then I wasn't really very careful about not spilling stuff onto there. And then the paint ended up drying, or the ground ended up drying between the board and the paper on the below it. So then I couldn't really reuse the paper because it would tear up in places when I went to take the board off to do the next set of them and all of that. So I started thinking, well, what if I'd make like a border of masking tape. So I get like a 2-inch wide, it's not 2-inch, I think it is, it's like 1.5-inch wide masking tape, just along the edge, and then fold over so you get this border around the outside that's not masking off the surface, but it is creating this this outer lip that you can get a little bit of spillage, but it's not going to go on the table, but it's also not going to stick the board to like the newsprint that you have laid out on the table, that type of thing. So I could probably still do the newsprint thing, but I feel like personally that I am much more careful when I don't have that safety net, so to speak. And so, and maybe that's completely false, and I end up making a mess anyway, and I just am quick about like cleaning it up or whatever. So it ends up working out better not to have my table completely covered in plastic and stuff. By the way, I am somewhat interested in doing some pouring art, but a part of me feels like it's kind of like just nonsense, and it's not. It doesn't take. It's it's more like a fun thing than like an artistic thing. I feel like, but there can be artistry to it. But some of the videos like demonstrating that I watched are like, oh, just this random shit. Just pour this over here or whatever. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. It does look like fun, but I can't see that as being the primary way of creating things. Like creating the background maybe, and then like adding on to that and like painting on that onto another level. That could be really cool. And so I am going to experiment with it, and maybe I can find some actual like value in doing that and like using that as a creative thing. But as far as the main thing with doing the watercolors is figuring out, can I do this at conventions? Does it make to do that? And the pouring of acrylics seems really wasteful. There's a lot of paint that just ends up on the table or whatever, and it seems like a huge waste of paint. But I don't know. Anyway, check out my progress on figuring out all this kinds of stuff. If I do post specifics about it over at the Demon Jackal on Instagram, Twitter, etc. Okay. Blossom 666. The first two books of this are really cool. This cover is awesome. You have Cheryl Blossom with like these hands all around her. She has like devil horns and a crown of skulls. I'm excited for that. Excited for that. Witchblade issue number 1. I think this is this issue number 1? It doesn't have. Oh, maybe it's a. Oh my god! I just dropped everything, and I took out the wrong part of it. Cool. This is Witchblade number 13. Oh, it does say number 13 there at the top. Dang it. Man. I thought this was just starting. I was getting in on the start of it. So maybe not as excited as I was before about that. Witchblade number 13. But it might be that it's in either sets of 6 or 12 for trade paperbacks, or maybe I'm at the start of a new arc. Possibly. Okay, what did I drop? Lots of stuff. Okay, just 1 second. Okay. We have The Amazing Spider-Man Hunted, 19.HU. Again, I haven't read any of Hunted yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Uncanny X-Men number 16, way behind on that. But that is that Psylocke shoving a freaking energy blade through Wolverine's face. That looks interesting. Go-Go Power Rangers issue number 19. The ads have been popping up for Shattered Grid Deluxe Edition. It's like $65. And I'm kind of tempted, but at the same time, I already have all the issues for that, and I haven't even read them yet, so I'm not going to. It doesn't come out till November anyway. Batman issue number 69. I had to pick this up. First for the issue number, and not it. I mean, it's a coincidence. It definitely didn't hurt, but this variant cover is super badass. It's one of the coolest paintings of Batman that I've seen. It's so cool. It's so cool. It's almost completely black, but it's still super badass. Lucifer issue number 7. So far behind on that. And I thought that I was pretty caught up on Justice League, but it turns out I'm fairly far behind. But Justice League issue number 22. I do like this cover. It's where can I see this signature? Gonna open up the book and see who did the variant cover, because I do like this. It's a nice layout of all the characters. Lionel Yu and Romulo Fajardo Jr. did the variant cover. I like that cover a lot. Very cool. Very cool, guys. And Naomi, issue number 4. I might read this one before I go to work in just a few minutes. Because Naomi is awesome. And hopefully now they really drew out. It's awesome despite really drawing things out. I need to read the latest Wonder Twins also. But yeah, what was I saying? This book is awesome despite how much it draws everything out. Like we finally got the answer to the cliffhanger in issue number 1 at the end of issue number 3. And so now I think we can get into the actual action of what's actually going on. Naomi is a magnificent debut for DC's new Wonder Comics imprint, says AV Club. The origin of DC's newest superhero exposed. Now we get actual answers, I hope. Unless they're putting it off yet another issue. But I'm excited nonetheless. So yeah, that is all of my pickups from this week. A little bit of art talk. If you've ever followed my other art channel, or not channel, but on Twitter, Ericatures, go check out that. Go check out that. I totally forgot that I had a separate YouTube channel where I did just 24 episodes over like a week, or 24 days. I scheduled them, but I recorded them all in a day. And I've been meaning to do like another set of even just like 12 of them, where it's how to draw just really stupid stuff. And one of the comments, I did how to draw 13 different types of leaves or something like that. And it's like the stupidest video. And I haven't checked that account for like 2 years. And there's like one comment on it, and it's LMAO F you. And it made me laugh so much. And I like hearted their comment. And I haven't checked it again since then. But I would love to do more of just how to draw stupid stuff, because I'm not like good at drawing really. And I'm definitely not good enough at drawing, like teach people how to actually draw stuff, but doing comedic videos about, oh, this is how you draw a barber's pole. You just draw like 2 lines and like the diagonal lines going across it. That kind of stuff I think is really, it's just so stupid. And if it makes somebody laugh when they were just looking for something to laugh at, then that's good. And if it makes them laugh when they were actually trying to figure out how to actually draw something, maybe they will actually learn how. They're like, oh, it's kind of stupid that I was looking up how to draw this because it's so dumb. And then there might be the people who just spout profanity at me. But the LMAO before it, that makes me feel like they get it, that it's a stupid thing. That's a stupid joke. That's what it's meant to be. So anyway, go check that out. I think just search Ericatures. That's ERIKATURES for those videos. All right, I think that's about it. This episode is longer than the NXT episode this week, so I'll leave it at that. Let me know what you thought about which comics you picked up this week and what you're looking forward to reading soon by tweeting me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. If you enjoyed this episode or anything else on the site, please share some links with your friends. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you listen. And I'll be back real soon with mostly Doom Patrol and Survivor right away. And then, of course, all the usual stuff, including those things, next week here on TIW Podcast. Bye.